All right, so moving on to the final segment, we're going to pivot over here to the world of basketball inside the NBA world. And I'll be sharing my NBA Cup game tournament summary between the New York Knicks and the San Antonio Spurs. So last night, it was the New York Knicks who defeated the San Antonio Spurs to become the 2025 NBA Cup tournament champions. So my thoughts on the game: I thought it was a really good game between the New York Knicks and the San Antonio Spurs last night in the finals of the NBA Cup tournament. Congratulations to the Knicks for becoming the 2025 NBA Cup tournament champions. But honestly, this game between the Knicks and the Spurs honestly felt like an NBA playoff game atmosphere. And honestly felt like the NBA Finals might have arrived early in the month of December, even though we're 6 months away from the NBA Finals. But this game was really good last night between the Knicks and Spurs. Really good competitive basketball. It was highlighted with some dunks on both sides of the ball, from both teams on both sides of the ball. Great transition plays, great three-point shots, and great ball movement by both teams. I was really astonished by the way how the Knicks and the Spurs played for all 4 quarters, but there can only be one winner, and the New York Knicks defeated the San Antonio Spurs to be the NBA Cup champions this year. But the Knicks, there was a lot of great play for them last night. OG had 28 points, was a great two-way player, getting it done on both ends of the ball last night for the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson scored 25 points, being aggressive, attacking the paint, getting to his spots, shooting some good mid-range shots. Mitchell off the bench was doing a good job out rebounding the San Antonio Spurs, gaining 15 rebounds. And let's give some credit to Karl-Anthony Towns that was battling a calf injury, but still scored 18 points and came back into the ball game late in the ball game to help the New York Knicks defeat the San Antonio Spurs in this ball game. But if you're a New York Knicks fan, shout out to my co-host Rob Sarasulo and other Knicks fans out there. I know you guys are happy because this is hopefully something to come for the New York Knicks. This is the first banner that they're going to hang in Madison Square Garden since 1999 when they advanced to the NBA Finals as Eastern Conference champions. So it's been a long time since a significant banner has been held in Madison Square Garden. But I do want to congratulate the Knicks and the Spurs for going on a great run during the NBA Cup tournament this year. Both teams were 5-1 heading into the championship game. Both took care of business, and the Spurs, I give them a lot of credit because they had one of the most difficult tasks in the NBA Cup tournament. They had to defeat the reigning defending NBA champions of the Oklahoma City Thunder that were 23-1 heading into the semifinals of the NBA Cup tournament. So I give the Spurs a lot of credit. I give them a lot of credit for the players that stepped up and helped them try to become NBA Cup champions last night. I mean, Dylan Harper, Victor Wembanyama, and De'Aaron Fox all scored more than 15 points in this ball game. But both teams are championship caliber teams. I think both teams are legit in both the East and the Western Conference. I think both teams have a argument to be said that, hey, they could get to a conference championship this year. They could represent their conference in the NBA Finals. I think with the injuries that have happened to the Boston Celtics, I think this is the New York Knicks' best chance to get to the NBA Finals. With the Celtics having injuries, the Pacers not the same, and the rest of the landscape of the Eastern Conference still trying to figure out who they are, I think this is the Knicks' best chance of getting in. Meanwhile, for the San Antonio Spurs, I think people thought that they would be good because now this is a good diagnosis of what we would get with Victor Wembanyama and De'Aaron Fox on the court, because last year I think they only played 4 to 5 games before Victor Wembanyama was shut down for the year. But they got a good team, and I don't think anybody thought that they would be this damn good to start off the NBA season. So they're off to a hot start in the first quarter of this season, and if they continue this and they gain confidence, this might be a young team that nobody wants to play in the NBA playoffs. So I think both teams are establishing that they are here to stay, and they are contenders for the remainder of the NBA season. So to close out to close out the segment, is the NBA Cup tournament worth it? In my opinion, I think the NBA Cup tournament is worth it. And I think this is a good investment that the league started back in 2023 because you're getting competitive basketball, meaningful competitive basketball early on in the NBA season where a lot of sports fans might not be invested in the NBA regular season thus far because we still have the NFL, you still have college football, you still have other sports that you might enjoy. So I think this NBA Cup in-season tournament brings excitement and competitive basketball to a lot of basketball fans and brings more viewership to the product. And I enjoy the format, guys. I enjoy the format of several groups in both the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. I enjoy the knockout rounds. I enjoy the semifinal rounds. And of course, I enjoy the championship games. I mean, it feels more competitive than ever in the regular season earlier on right now. And it feels like some of the games, it felt like playoff basketball arrived early, months ahead of schedule. Uh, Especially some of the games I've seen in the Cup tournament, especially the semifinals out west between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Spurs. That was one hell of a game. The Knicks and the Spurs in the championship game was a great game. So I think I also think each player earning $500,000 is really good. And I think that really helps the reserve players a lot financially, because they don't make the big bucks like the big superstars on the team do, or the starters or anything like that. So I think that's really cool for the reserve players that do put in the work like a professional, just like anybody else on the team, to get paid handsomely in this tournament. And I honestly think it's a good reality to see what we're going to see, possibly for the NBA Finals, because in the Cup tournament, you get the winner of the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference matched up against each other. So you get some possible NBA Finals matchups and fun. Like last year, I could say, for example, it was fun to watch the Milwaukee Bucks that went 7-0 in the tournament. When they won the 2024 NBA Cup tournament, Giannis went on a tear. Damian Lillard was there. So I think this format is helping. After 3 years of having the NBA Cup around since 2023, I think it's great for the league and gives basketball fans something to look forward to early on in the season, rather than some basketball fans waiting until football is done to tune in once NBA All-Star weekend starts to arrive and then tune into basketball. No, this keeps basketball fans engaged from the start to finish, and I think this is a good thing that the NBA should keep going. But those are my thoughts on the NBA Cup tournament. That is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, signing off. And I'll see you guys on next week's episode.